let's first start with the Asian markets. Now, Asian markets have opened up a slight bit on the positive side. Taiwan index is trading with gains of 0.6%, but the Hang Seng is trading with cuts of almost 0.4 to 0.5%. Other than that, ASX 200, that's the Australian index, that's managing to hold on to some bit of a gain there. 0.3% of gain for the ASX 200. Nikkei managing to hold on to gains of 0.8%. Shanghai, on the flip side, is not managing to hold on to gains. So, slight bit of a mixed opening is what we're seeing coming in for the Asian markets. But let's look at the Nifty implied open. What's the indication coming in here? We've seen 3 consecutive trading session fall coming in for the Nifty 50. Today seems like a muted start again is what we're watching out for. As of now, an 11-point decline is what the Nifty implied open is indicating. So, we'll see where that's going to be headed, whether we see a bit of a recovery today in the markets or maybe a muted day again for the Nifty 50 and the Indian markets is something that we should watch out for. But a lot that's happened on the global market front. How is all that going to be impacting our Indian markets? We have a team of research as always here to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for, what's going to be happening in the world of F&O as well. First up, let's go across to Hormaz, who's here to tell us the important market cues that we need to be keeping an eye out on today. Good morning, Hormaz.
Good morning, Winnie. And it's promising to be a dull start as of now, but 3 days of losses now for the Nifty, and we're already off 300 points from those record high levels. So the Nifty Bank, it's a little worse. So almost over 800 points now off those record high levels, and everything that could possibly have gone wrong for the bulls yesterday happened. So we had the expiry related volatility, the index heavyweights that were down with ICICI, HDFC, Reliance, all of them contributing to the Nifty downside in yesterday's session. The rupee, which has been the major factor behind the fall in the last 2 trading sessions, that tested levels of 90. That remains a key monitorable today as well. And of course, the broader markets, which were fairly okay all through the trading session, but then they succumbed to the selling pressure as well. And although the indices are flat in absolute terms, this advanced decline presents the actual picture of the pain in the broader markets. Now, you levels to watch out for, we briefly slipped below the 26,000 mark yesterday. So that remains the first important level on the downside. Analysts who we spoke to believe that if 26,000 goes, it opens a 150 to 200 point gap on the downside, which opens up 25,850, and that is the last week low, 25,842 to 25,847. That's the important level to watch on the downside if 26,000 goes. Then on the upside, of course, with 26,100, 26,150, which was a support, that becomes the first important hurdle on the upside now, and then we take it 50 points at a time. For the Nifty Bank, 59,500 gone yesterday, so now comes down to 59,000, and that goes, then that will be important to watch out for. You watch out in today's session if there is any further fall in HDFC and ICICI as the street begins to price in the lower weightage for them in the index. Any further depreciation in the rupee, because analysts that we spoke to are projecting ranges of anywhere between 90.5 to even 92 on the downside, so keep an eye out there as well. 3 IPOs including Meesho, they open for subscription today, so that will be a key monitorable as well. And watch out for PSU banks today after the FinMin clarification on the FDI limit. So as of now, it promises to be it's a subdued start is what the GIFT Nifty is indicating, but the bulls would be hoping that the trend this time goes in their favor.
Absolutely hoping for the trend to be in their favor. That's the word maybe that would come in from the bulls by the end of the trading session. That's what we'll be keeping an eye out on. But important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Upasana is here to give us that list. Good morning, Upasana.
Good morning, Winnie. First up, let me start with Sun Pharma. Company's unit has approved proposal of investment of 3,000 crores for setting up a greenfield formulation manufacturing facility in Madhya Pradesh. Next up is Canara Bank. It raises funds worth 3,500 crore via debentures, which includes a green shoe option of 2,500 crore. Seat also in focus as the board meeting is scheduled on 5th of December to explore proposal for issuance of NCD on private placement basis. IRFC is the next one as it signs pact with Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation to raise $300 million external commercial borrowing loan. Next up is India Cements. The company is armed to sell entire equity in PD Atcoal Energindo, which is an Indonesian company, for nearly about 5.4 crores. Hindustan Copper also in focus as it executes MOU with NTPC Mining to collaborate on copper and critical mineral projects. Quality Power is also in focus on the back of the order win. The company receives order worth 14 crores for supply of coil products. Next up is Cohance Life Sciences. Board has approved fund infusion by way of compulsory convertible preferred stock of NJ Bio Inc. USA, a subsidiary of the company, up to $10 million. So all in all, we'll be watching out for all these stocks in today's trading session.
Okay, Upasana, thank you so much for that list there. But let's move on to the final update today for the trade setup, and that is going to be on the F&O front. Sudarshan, what are we keeping an eye out on? What should we watch out for in terms of individual names in the F&O world as well?
So yesterday it was weekly expiry for Nifty, and we saw that market has fallen for third straight day. So the question would be, will this would be a fourth day that will fall? Well, I won't be surprised if there is any recovery at the lower levels, because last hour, just ahead of the expiry, we saw big uptick in the market, at least 40 to 50 points from the lower level. At one point, Nifty had slipped below 26,000, but at the end, it closed above that. So 25,900 to 26,000 would be very important range for Nifty to protect. As far as flows are concerned, yesterday we have seen that FI is selling the index futures of almost 2,500 crore. Also, they have added short positions more, and also they have reduced long positions. So in the longs, they have reduced positions by almost 3,100 contracts. On the short side, they have added positions of more than 9,600 contracts. And now their longs exposure has reduced to 16% from the earlier level of 18 to 9%. On the short side, the exposure is around 84%. If you take a look at the options data on the call side, 26,100 and 26,300 have seen maximum increase in the open interest, but premium for both these options has seen a fall. On a similar line, even on the put side, for 26,000 and 25,900 put options, premium too has fallen. Now support for Nifty 25,900, resistance remains around record high of 26,300. For Nifty Bank, support would be 58,800, that is 20-day moving average, and resistance would be around 59,900, that is also the record high. So the stock that will be in the focus in the band is Saman Capital. Apart from them, keep an eye on Asian Paints and SBI Card. These two stocks have been seeing fresh longs. On the fresh short side, keep an eye on from PSU Bank's back Indian Bank. After a long time, this stock has been seeing fresh shorts. Also, from the mutual fund space, CAMS and HDFC AMC have been seeing fresh shorts.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Sudarshan, for the update in the world of F&O. But